Alrighty, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mother's Day is a heavy, heavy, heavy energy for a lot of empaths out there. Especially if... Okay. Alright, give me 1 second. It went offline for a second and then came back online, but it knocked my Pandora to offline, which put it in instrumental mode for me. I told you sometimes. Shit's just trippy. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Let's get a pickup on how everyone's doing today. And go from there for sure. Ooh, a lot of rooms here. Alright, we got 12, which for me is like the full coven number. We've got Capricorn, which is addictions, control, and structure, right? It's the devil card there. And we've got Pluto, undercurrents, just reoccurring undercurrents. And a lot of times, yeah, we do struggle with stuff like that, right? When something was a part of your personality for any prolonged period of time. Wow, what do we got here? Yeah, we got the sun, the moon, the star, intuition, the male, and rings of communication. What do I say about when we get the sun, the moon, and the intuition, or the star, for real? For real. This is like, what? 3 things can never be hidden for long. What? The sun, the moon, and the truth. And this is just, with the star tied into this, this is divinely guided, right? This is what? Yeah. All them cords and pulls and impulse moves and weird shit that you weren't sure and all that other stuff has led you to this point, good, bad, or otherwise, for a purpose, right? Definitely picking up on a masculine energy today. That is focusing on these issues, right? Trying to figure out communication, connection, making things work. I'll be your huckleberry, which is wrong. It's I'll be your hucklebearer, which is pole bearer. Come this far, might as well keep going, and I can't hear you, Peach. There's definitely a lot being lost in communication right now. Can't hear you, Peach. I think somebody might have even been relying a little bit too much on, I don't know, certain types of communication, and it's just not working anymore. All right. Story time today. I want to get the urge to do one. Still got the lady in there. Alright, what's the kind of story around this situation? The bear, ten of wands there, right? What number? Is that loud? Wow, opened up right to it. Alright, 10 of wands, the protector, strength, maternal instinct, and authority. Rose Red and Snow White's mother allows the bear into their home. She is a strong woman, so has no fear of the bear. When the girls play with the bear, who in turn becomes their friend and protector, the two girls then encounter an ungrateful dwarf who has stolen the bear's treasures. They see the bear kill the dwarf, but then the bear shapeshifts into a handsome prince. Because Snow and Rose kept his secret, he marries Snow and his brother marries Rose. It was the mother's initial instinct to trust the bear that led the girls to their new lives. This reminds us that maternal instinct is strong, Due to her allowing the bear in, his friendship to the girls brought them a fierce guardian and eventually loving husbands. The bear card reminds us of strength of a mother's heart. Let your own intuition as a parent stand you in good stead. Let your intuition as a parent stand you in good stead in times of trouble. If you are not a parent, look to those who serve as guardians in your life. This card can also point towards jealousy, envy. If there is ill-favored cards nearby, someone may have the heart of the greedy dwarf. Consider the bear a cautionary tale. All right. So we got the bear and we got the greedy dwarf here. Definitely a lot of maternal instinct energy going on with Mother's Day and all that. That's just how it is. That's that's why Mother's Day is this time of year where the goddess is awakening in the earth. We got summer solstice, radiance, and we got grounding. Let's ground your energy in order to radiate it. Say it with the Reiki healers all the time, right? They don't run out of energy like that because it's not really their energy. They tap in to source and use source energy. Downcasted pride. All right. All right, 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D, the physical, what's kind of being seen by the collective. 4D, what's kind of being thought by the collective. The 5D, what do the higher dimensions think of it? Yeah. Sorry, I know it's so interesting for you guys, but you know I like to, before I say anything about the messages that come up here, I like to get all the cards out on the table before I start talking. Well, why don't you just shuffle and deal in order? Don't tell me how to read my cards. There is some definitely intense energy going on. My goodness. All right. What do we got mostly on the board here? I'm definitely seeing that there's a theme of a lot of decisions that need to be made, right? We're starting out here with a Two of Swords. Like it has two jesters on there, right? kind of like two people putting on a show. There's definitely a decision that needs to be made. There's someone who's really passionate and emotional, and they're trying to regain balance over this, right? There's one person who's passionate and over emotional, and it's probably the Divine Feminine. That's usually who is on the 3D, right? You know, you want to talk about operating the meat suit and everything else like that. You know, it's hard enough to just operate the basic neurologic programming and all the other jargon everybody talks about all the time. But when you have hormones and things like that, or if you're divinely connected and you pick up on other people's energies and things like that, and you're in the web and whatnot, it's a little bit harder to control it all the time, right? That's what makes us emotional. But the fact that we're hyper emotional is exactly how our gifts work. Right? That's exactly how our gifts work. It's what gives us the intuition, right? We have this other character here. There's definitely the energy of wounded inner child going on here. Right? You got that King of Pentacles, controlling but quiet, mask on. Notice the mask doesn't even have a mouth. Right. He looks a little defensive. Almost like a pirate in this one, right? And I always say this is kind of the wounded child card, right? See the mask down here? It's kind of a happy face, and then you pull it down as a little kid. He seems very confused. Right? So those are the main energies I play on the 3D. Ooh. On the 4D, I definitely get... On the 4D, there's a lot of mental focus on nurturing the ground that you stand on. With the Empress card, I always say, you know, it's really nurturing the lives to which you are most responsible for, right? That's the energy of the Empress card. So it's like animals, you know, children, things like that. Those who will die without you type of deal, right? That's the energy that it is. Your plants, you know, your home. That's the energy of the Empress card, right? We do see this... I kind of see this person has their mind made up with the Two of Swords reversed, right? There's definitely a Two of Swords reversed here, trying to open up a new cycle, right? I feel like this person's probably made a choice on something here, right? To start a new cycle, right? Releasing old cycles, old timelines, right? There's a breaking out of the Nine of Pentacles, or Nine of Pentacles. Breaking out of the Seven of Swords. Breaking out of the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. My bad, y'all. When they're upside down, it messes with me sometimes. But 7, 8. That's a kid. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Anyway. I just get the energy of wanting to break out of this... I feel like sneaking around energy or sneaky-esque energy with this card, right? I always say this is the same guy that's on the Knight of Swords card, right? And the Seven of Swords is the deceiver as well. They're sneaky, they're deceptive, they're manipulative type of energy. So there's definitely a wanting to break out of feeling like that, and definitely wanting to break out of an Eight of Swords. I feel like I'm self-imprisoned with whatever this is. I'm self-imprisoned by worrying about sneakiness and lies. Don't want to be in that energy anymore. So they've made a decision, right? Alright, so we got a couple clarifiers over here on the 5D that fell out while I was shuffling before. The 5D is talking about a 10 of Pentacles reversed, right? Or 10, well, you know what? I'm going to say it like it is in this one. A 10 of junk reversed, right? Ten of junk reversed. And it's pretty much someone lost all their junk. Or most of their junk. Or they're losing their junk. Or they're losing, your pentacles. Whatever's happening. Somebody's either bleeding resources or has bled resources, right? There's a Three of Swords situation. It's because of these toxic type of connections that you're bleeding resources. That you're losing all your junk. Someone got too much in control of your energy, right? Too much in your energy was able to control your relationships between you and other people as well, right? The Sun reversed, that's not radiating any really good energy right now. That's things shadowed, things in the dark, right? Things that you feel like you have to hide. Now you're things that you're embarrassed of, right? A second. Okay. It's two shields here, and it was messing with me, right? One's cracked and broken, but this is a two of junk, right? Shields are junk to this, right? So, or pentacles, if you will. So there's definitely a talking about bringing balance in here. I love how there's two shields here, right? I don't know why, I just got the imagery of like the shield wall. But I do see like it's kind of an energy of after being broken for sure with that Ten of Pentacles reversed, right? I feel like there's a lot of, there's returning tower energies. There's things that have fallen apart in the past that are still casting negative timelines now, right? They're still affecting this timeline, and that's a problem, right? That's a definite problem. That's something that definitely needs to be moved away from, right? The control and third-party situations and allowing people to manipulate you into either doing things that you don't want to do or stopping you from doing things that your intuition is guiding you to do, right? That's the type of energy that I'm picking up from this, right? You got the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the Three of Swords upright, the Sun reversed, Two of Pentacles upright, and the Tower reversed here at the end, right? There's just things you're not walking away from. You're not walking away from them. You're not putting up healthy boundaries to them. And then you're wondering why you're in the Nine of Swords. Right? That really is all there is to it. There needs to be a shutdown. There needs to be a lockdown on information and energy exchange between toxic people from your past, right? And I always say, the most dangerous people, I don't want to say dangerous people, but the people that you've known the longest, the ones that know your buttons best, are the ones that are going to be most likely to try and manipulate you into acting out of character. And not so much that they're not trying to get you to act out of character. They're trying to get you to act as the character they knew and could manipulate in the past. That's that negative tower timeline being dragged back forward. They're like, if I could just get this person in an energy just enough that I can trigger it, then I can get this old person that they used to be, this old energy, and just slam them back into it. And then that way they'll be back on my timeline. There's definitely someone who's trying to escape timelines. I definitely feel with downcasted pride and everything else in that reading, it's a lot to do with, a lot to do with feeling like you lost everything. And even when you think about it, when it comes down to this bear card here, the bears turned into handsome princes. Well, what most likely happened to them bears that got them turned into, or princes turned into bears to begin with, right? I'm talking about two princes that were turned into bears. Rarely in the story does the animal that turns into a prince didn't start out initially as a prince that lost everything, right? There's definitely some grounding reminding yourself who you truly are. It's been a topic of conversation with me and several of people I'm really connected with, and it's been a big topic of getting back into practicing more of what you preach, right? Following your own advice, grounding and meditating if you believe in grounding and meditating, whatever it is that you believe in. It doesn't matter what you believe in, right? That's a big thing that a lot of people get, like, I'm an eclectic pagan witch or a moon priestess or whatever it is that you want to try to put a label on whatever the hell it is I'm doing over here. But me creating an altar and lighting a candle is no different than a Catholic going into church and lighting a candle and putting $1 in the box. I don't see the difference, right? Doesn't matter how you ground and connect. It doesn't matter if you feel like you connect to the Pleiadians and the Seven Sisters and you want to connect into that energy, and that's what gives you your energy and your flow. Just make sure you're grounding it, right? If you tap into the earth and cast it up, however you do it, doesn't matter. Tap into it so that you can radiate it. All right. I need a better box for these things. Get a spell for the day. Hopefully I'll remember to post this other places. Perfect. Banishing broom spell. After a negative event in your neighborhood or home, sprinkle salt outside your front door and pray aloud. Sweep, sweep all around, all the negativity be bound. I banish all that is profane, and only the good and positive shall remain. For more about brooms, see page 17. Got a treasure hunt here. How do I get the book out? I'm such a fucking spaz. My apologies. That's it. I remember now. You guys want to know what I'm messing with here. And it comes with the little book. I just want to see what it says on page 17 about brooms, since it brought it up. It's never done that before. A magical tool, the use of the broom was born of practical magic of sweeping the ritual area clean before and after casting spells. With focus and intention, you can dispel negative influences and bad spirits from an area and prepare a space for ritual work by sweeping it. Your broom is essentially a tool for energy management. And to obtain a handmade broom from a craft fair, not a machine-made one, or plastic one from the supermarket. A broom made of wood and woven from straw will be imbued with the inherent energies of those natural materials. Over time, they will become deeply charged with magical energy through exclusive use in your workings. Oh, how funny. My friend Luna, she made me a protection broom. I'll have to talk about it later. Another good tip to go with that is you can also cleanse your house. I know a lot of people talk about burning sage and things like that, and sometimes some people are really sensitive to smoke and they don't want to do that. You can get yourself, you can use Epsom salt since it comes in a big bag. I really prefer sea salt. But you get a big thing of kosher sea salt, and you can mix like lavender buds or whatever you really want. Or peppermint is good. It repels spiders and other things, and you mix that up into the salt, and then you sprinkle it around your home and then sweep that up. Just make sure you sweep out the doors, right? It's the same thing with the sage. If you don't open the doors and the windows, you're just playing parkour with spirits. All right, we got the Tree of Life here. True wisdom and making good choices in life. We've got Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing the male and the female energies, peace and harmony. And we've got the sun again. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. All right, y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and windy, trippy paths with me. I love y'all. I'm going to be back as soon as I can, I promise.